Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Give me some noise, some energy. You've had your breakfast, right? All right, good. So tell me, how many of you are customers? Awesome. We love you. And how many of you are partners? We love you as well. OK. So there's a ton of content in this Level 300 session today. So you have to hang in there with me. It's a lot of content. Some of the content, if I'm not able to go through, they are in the hidden slides. So when you download this presentation after, you will see a lot of it. It's a 45-minute session. I now have 43 minutes to cover all of that content. So there is a demo 1 and a demo 2. So depending on the time, I will show you what I can towards the end of the session. So what I wanted to share with you here was an interesting story. I always like to start with something that I've learned along the way. And what I do is I do this taxi ride in the morning to kind of clear up my thoughts and anxiety, I guess. So this morning, I was in a taxi ride, and I asked, just like how I ask everyone a same question year over year, like what's the 3 essential things in your life these days? And my son basically said the other day, it's to be secure, you need money in life, and you also need your mom and dad, so relationship. And I was like, OK, networking. I equate that with networking. So the taxi driver basically said, security is very important these days. That's very important. Money is a requirement, and relationships. And so I was like, OK, this is also networking. And then there was a cloud architect who was sitting right with me in the taxi. And the cloud architect says, hey, that's my life in the cloud. Security, there's cost aspect of it, money, and then there's networking. So I asked them, what about food, water, and air? Don't you think those are the essentials for a good life? And then they were like, that's just basics. Those are quintessential things. You don't think about it. And I was like, really? OK. But in the cloud, you have the 3 quintessentials: compute, storage, and network. And I equate the network with the air. Because when you don't have enough air, you get hypoxia. And if your packets don't reach from one end to the other, and you have latency and other things like that, you get network hypoxia. We at Microsoft do not want that. And that was my morning humor for you. That's the best I can do. So this is where it's awesome to show you this lovely slide, which you may have seen throughout the week. And the reason why I say this is because the network is super important to us. This is the Microsoft global backbone. And the scale of it is what we need to internalize. You need to internalize. As customers, we want you to know that. Because once you fathom the breadth of it, the moment the packet enters a network at the edge, which are those pops, we are popping up 1 pop almost every other week. And the packet travels to those data centers, those 54 regions that we are in, through hundreds and thousands of miles of fiber. Imagine the possibilities. This is battle-tested with all our services. So this is a slide that I really like to focus on, because this kind of gives you the possibilities that you can do with the same network. OK, so now let's take the conversation a bit further. The topic today is global transit architecture with virtual WAN. I am going to walk you through what it is. I'll share with you a few examples. I will touch upon key architecture elements of it, because it's a L300. There's a ton of content. We have some partner stories. So I'll also rewind some movies for you. But the reason why I bring this up is because when you think about the network, there's users, right? So you are actually thinking about the users. And what does that mean? That means there's an explosion of users out there in your network. There could be users that are branch offices. There could be users from private endpoints, from your private WAN. There could be users that are mobile users, remote users. Last time I checked, it's 50% now. So what happens when you have so many users? You have to start rethinking, OK, I have to start thinking about my network. I have to start thinking about my security perimeter. The whole radius is changing. This is where we believe we can help you with virtual WAN. So before I get into what is virtual WAN, let's rewind this movie. So remember when you first started in the cloud, and if you haven't started, this is where it'll actually help you as well in your planning further on. So when you first started, you had probably a bunch of VNets, virtual networks. You had your resources in there. You also had a few users from on-premise. You were just testing it out. You had some VPNs coming in. You had private connectivity with ExpressRoute. And then you started to think, OK, I like this thing, right? And it's easy. It's cost-effective. It's operationally very cool. So let's take it further. And then what happened was your users started multiplying. Your branches started multiplying. Your endpoints started multiplying. So the theme became more and more and more. Some people who want to race, they basically keep saying more and more and more is good. So as you started exploring these things in the cloud, in any public cloud, the theme became quickly very complicated. Like you had a lot more VNets, you had a lot of workloads, and then you started to think, OK, I need to simplify my network. I need some ease of use. I don't want to be thinking that I have to connect this wire to that wire, I have to connect this network to that network. There was a huge plethora of issues that you could come up with that could be complex. So you wanted ease of use with operational savings. So this is where I believe that virtual WAN comes in very helpful. So let's do a quick recap of what it is virtual WAN, and then I'll get into global transit architecture. Virtual WAN is a managed hub and service provided by Microsoft. It has different kinds of endpoints that can come in, public connectivity, which is VPN. Endpoints can connect to us. Private connectivity, which is ExpressRoute, connecting to us. It's got scale. It's got global scale. The scale's growing. So a hub, which is a region, per region in virtual WAN, can accommodate up to 20 gigs of VPN aggregate in that hub, which is a VNet. It can also additionally do 20 gigs of ExpressRoute. You cannot do that outside of virtual WAN, 20 gigs of ExpressRoute. If you have remote users connecting in to our user VPN or the point-to-site gateways, you can do additionally 20 gigs. So it's 20 plus 20 plus 20. And that's a number very good to kind of internalize, because that's in one region. It's one hub. So that's scale. That's number two. Number three is transit routing, and I'm going to cover a lot more about it in my examples shortly. So hang in there. And fourth, but not the least, is the automation that we have done with our wonderful partners. So we have a family of CPE, VPN, and software-defined WAN, SD-WAN partners that basically have built in a magic button to connect to us. And what that means is they have automated this connectivity. So you don't need to know what parameter, what protocol. We do the handshake behind the scene. Once this information of the device is uploaded into Azure, there is a background handshake that's going on that looks at all these parameters, sets up the connectivity, and you don't have to do a single thing. All you do is upload, and then on our side, you make some decisions as to which hubs you want, and you're done. So that's the automation aspect. I mean, we undermine it, but it's amazing. So much operational excellence you could get out of it. So that's virtual WAN as a recap and in a summary. OK, so now, what if we could have all of these hubs? Remember that journey I just spoke about? You had all these VNets, you had all these users coming in, and you had to start managing these VNets or these hubs, customer-managed hubs. So what if we could connect all of it in full mesh hubs, just magically? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to think about, OK, what's my redundancy story? What's my connectivity story? We'll just connect it up for you. What if you could come in from anywhere? If you could come in from a branch through any kind of flow. Let's say you are in the west coast of US, and you are in Europe, or you're in Australia, and you have some branches that come in, and you want those branches to be able to access Azure resources anywhere. You may have a workload in the US, you may have a workload in Australia, and you want that to be happening seamlessly. You don't have to think about it. What if you could actually connect across, meaning your Australian branch or your European branch can actually talk to the US counterpart, and you don't have to think about that as well. You could just use our backbone to do that. And what if you didn't have to think, is this a VPN branch, or is this a private endpoint like an ExpressRoute site, or is this a remote user? What if I could just crisscross? I don't have to do that. All you have to do is just connect into Azure, and we take care of it. So that's what is the magic of this branch-to-branch connectivity through the Microsoft backbone. What if you had lots of VNets, lots of resources, your front end, back end, they all have to talk, and you need the transitive functionality in those hubs? Because when you start with one hub, it's easy. You know, you're thinking, okay, I'll put in a bunch of VMs in there, I'll manage it, it's easy peasy, right? But when you start multiplying that region after region after region, it starts to get a lot. And this is what we provide, and we call as the any-to-any connectivity. We also, you know, the hub-to-hub functionality, which is a very sought-after functionality that gives you the transitive routing, is also called the any-to-any functionality because you can connect anywhere across. But what does this do for you? This gives you the simplified network that I just spoke about, gives you ease of use, and gives you operational savings. If you take a step back and just look at how much you spend in troubleshooting an issue, how much you spend in calling two-way, three-way, you know, four-way, different kind of companies, how much time you spend figuring out what network should talk to which network. It's a lot of time, right? And this is definitely going to give you some operational savings. This, my dear friends, is the global transit architecture with Azure Virtual WAN. Okay, so now you understand what global transit architecture is. So let's get to what's new, right? So we announced Virtual WAN last year at Ignite here, and it was a wonderful session. So what's new this year? So well, here is the roster of announcements. First, any-to-any connectivity. I just mentioned about that. That's in preview right now. We'll soon GA it, but typically we like to preview the functionality to a certain time, and then we gather input, and that's when we GA it. We also have made Express Route and User VPN, which is point-to-site VPN, generally available. So this is out for you. Remember, I spoke about the private connectivity and this remote user connectivity. This is it. We also have added Express Route encryption. A lot of our customers want the ability to encrypt the Express Route traffic with the endpoints being the Azure native gateway. So now this functionality is available in GA in Virtual WAN. We have added a very new capability, which is called the multi-link Azure path selection. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about it. There is a nice story around it about the possibilities of what this can do for you. We also have other capabilities in site-to-site, like custom IPsec. So if you are an IPsec nerd like me, then maybe you can do custom IPsec. We give you the capabilities for picking the different IPv1 and IPv2 options. And we also give you capabilities, and some of you have already asked me many times about it. Can we connect a non-virtual WAN VPN gateway to a virtual WAN VPN gateway? And that is now available. So that works. So we heard you, and here it is for you. We are also available now in the national clouds, in GovCloud and in China, so give it a shot. And as well as the newest addition to the vWAN set of functionality is the Azure Firewall integration. It is huge. This is the NOC. This is network as a service with network and security, and Virtual WAN can do that now with the Azure Firewall in the virtual hubs. All right, pricing, cost is very important. I am going to cover some pricing updates. You're going to be super pleased with it because we have reduced the price. And we have some new entries, so hang in there. That's in the end. And then we are going to announce a few partnerships, and I'll share with you who are the new entrants here. There's a ton of content. And speaking of partnerships, here is the list. So on the top band is the connectivity partners of the solutions that are available. Remember that magic button I spoke about, where you can automatically connect after you upload the information? Those are the partners. We have a few new ones now. We have Fortinet, we have Nuage Nokia, we have Silver Peak, we have Versa, we have CloudGenix, and we have a few others that have been doing really well. On the coming soon partners, we have a few. Super happy to add a few new additions like Cisco, Aruba, and Open Systems. This has been a long-standing ask from many of our customers, so here it is. And what this means is we have an intent to work together to integrate the product, and hopefully it'll be available within the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, there is some security partners also listed in here, and please feel free to attend the security session, which is tomorrow on the Azure Firewall. There's a ton of stuff they do. These security partners enable us to do internet access through them. Okay, so we now understand what global transit architecture is. I want to walk you through a customer example. This is an example of what a customer had and what they are moving to with Azure Virtual WAN. And this will kind of put it into perspective of the possibilities that you may have. Okay, so here is a customer that basically has a lot of VNets. They are available in 4 regions today. It's a customer-managed VNet, 4 regions. They're available in 70 countries with hundreds of sites, and I couldn't accommodate hundreds of sites in this slide, but it's a lot of slides. They are available in many regions with 24 VNets, and they are growing. So 24 is the current number, but they are probably going to double it up. And what this means is they started to look at virtual WAN a few weeks ago, and Worldwide Technologies, this is their largest multinational customer in the biopharmaceutical industry. And what challenges they came to us with was scale issues. They basically said it's a routing nightmare because it just, when you have so many VNets, you have to start thinking about how do I connect, how do I manage, how do I do transitive routing, all of that. And they also wanted some more capabilities in terms of how many VNets they could connect to using their premium circuit. So this is how their network looked. And I tried to simplify this network because it's a slide. And this is what it's going to look like with virtual WAN. It's amazing because it's very hard to do simple things, right? It's very easy to make something very complicated. That's the easy part. You complicate it, you put Band-Aid upon Band-Aid, it gets harder, right? But it's very hard to make simple. And with virtual WAN, you get simplicity. You get ease of use. Here, you have these hubs. You have 4 hubs in here. You have all the VNets coming in. You have the branches connecting in. You have the express route links coming in. You have the user VPNs coming in, those users on top. There's a lot of them, about 10,000 per region. So you have all of that coming in, and it can just talk to each other. There's transitive routing. You don't have to think about it. That's amazing. So this is an example of global transit architecture with any-to-any connectivity in virtual WAN. Okay, so now let's move on to the generally available features. I'm going to double-click on each of those features so that when you walk out of here, you feel good about it, that you know a little bit more. Okay, so the first one that I want to talk about is virtual WAN type. So we had a bunch of customers who basically wanted plain VPN. They want to take care of everything. So we decided, OK, let's do one thing. Let's introduce this type of WAN. So you have a basic WAN, and you have a standard virtual WAN. In the basic WAN, it's VPN only. So the branches can connect in. You can do branch to Azure. You can do branch to branch. It all works. And if you wanted to connect your VNets, you can do it yourself. So do it yourself by VNet peering, which is a platform capability that you have today in your VNets. And the hubs are not connected. They are not full mesh connected magically. That magic doesn't happen in the basic version. In the standard version, it basically means you get all the new capabilities like ExpressRoute, user VPN, you get this any-to-any connectivity, and of course, the hubs are all connected in full mesh. Like you don't have to go and say, OK, can I connect this hub or that hub? It just happens automatically for you. So this is the basic and the standard virtual WAN. OK. So now moving on, I spoke about the multi-link support in VPN sites. It's for Azure path selection. So imagine the possibilities. At a branch, you're thinking of downsizing your cost, and you decide to go and get another ISP link because you just want a primary or a secondary, or maybe you want another third backup link. What if you could do path selection from the device into Azure? So if one ISP link fails, it just magically fails over. So all of that information of links is now extracted through this VPN site APIs, which our partners use to upload their branch information to us. So on the Azure side, you will now be able to see the link information, and then the magic happens at the branch, where the branch partner can basically do path selection across these links. Barracuda is the first partner to actually have done it. And so let's look at what they have in store for us.
The Barracuda Cloud Gen Firewall and Azure Virtual WAN offer seamless cloud connectivity for multi-link branches, providing always-on access to Azure. Connecting is easy. A simple one-step setup populates VPN site and link information in the virtual WAN and establishes VPN tunnels without the need for additional interaction. For sites with multiple links, Barracuda SD-WAN intelligently routes traffic to provide the most efficient path selection across all available ISPs. Using multiple ISPs increases network performance by distributing traffic over multiple paths. It also provides sites in remote locations, which may not have access to high-speed internet lines, with high-performance cloud connectivity. Leveraging multiple links also provides redundancy and automatic failover support. In case one ISP goes down, the Barracuda SD-WAN immediately detects this, and traffic is redirected via the remaining paths, resuming normal operations within seconds. When deployed together, Azure Virtual WAN provides powerful and advanced distributed networking, while the Barracuda Cloud Gen Firewall ensures efficient, high-speed cloud connectivity and strength in security.
So this is super powerful because this is always on Azure from the branch. In Azure, we can control all that. But at the branch, it's also always on into Azure, path selection. Thank you, Barracuda. And these APIs are open, so all of our partners, a family of vWAN CPE and SD-WAN partners are going to be integrating that shortly. OK, so moving on. The next feature that I want to talk about is ExpressRoute. It's generally available. It is available in standard virtual WAN. It's not in the basic. The scale, let's internalize that, is 20 gigs. Outside of virtual WAN, you get up to 10 gigs. So here, you actually get a 20 gig ExpressRoute aggregate gateway in the virtual WAN per hub, and each hub is per region. Private connectivity, this is private connectivity, so it's available to the premium circuit, and it's available in global reach locations. As you know, global reach connects ExpressRoute to ExpressRoute. On-premise is the fastest way to connect across the Microsoft backbone, and vWAN basically makes this possible in global reach locations to come to the hub and to be able to do that. In terms of ExpressRoute and VPN interconnectivity, so if you had a branch that's connected through internet, VPN, and if you had ExpressRoute, you can do that VPN ExpressRoute interconnectivity magically. You don't have to worry about that. But if you wanted to do ExpressRoute to ExpressRoute, that's available to the global reach means. Of course, we've done a bunch of work on health, resource health, and metrics. That's also available in Azure Monitor. So if you wanted to take a look at how the packet's flowing, all of that stuff, it's out there. OK, so here's a teaser of the portal. And we wanted to kind of keep it simple. So we worked really, really hard to keep the design very simple. And I kept back going to my UI designer saying that, make it easy. I don't want to think about it. So you can basically select the circuit, very easy, plain English. You can disconnect the circuit. You can go view or delete your ExpressRoute gateways. You can change the scale unit, and the scale unit concept is your aggregate throughput. So in ExpressRoute, one scale unit is 2 Gbps. And so you can go multiple. If you want 20, that's 10 scale units. So you can basically go change it. It's right there. And when you download these slides, you can look at it. But this is exactly how it looks. And you can also go and set the default route on each of those connection types. So speaking of ExpressRoute and ExpressRoute encryption, this is the latest addition to that functionality set. And what this is basically IPsec over ER. And this is IPsec with the Azure VPN gateway inside the hub. But here, you don't have to really go and do anything. Once you actually set up the VPN connection from that partner device to the Azure hub, all you have to do is go edit the connection and just basically say use private Azure IP. And then the ER encryption just magically works. It just takes that path, encrypts the ER traffic, comes into the ER highway, and terminates on that VPN endpoint in the Azure Virtual Hub. OK, so we spoke about path selection, and that was path selection between ISPs. What if you could do path selection between ExpressRoute and the private connected branches? So Fortinet has done that, path selection between ExpressRoute and public connectivity at the branch. And the SI that provides them is TCTS. So let's hear what they have in store for us.
IT leaders need solutions that support digital innovation as they migrate to hybrid and multi-cloud environments. Fortinet provides secure on-premises connectivity between locations and Azure-based applications. Our combined solution with Tata Communications Transformation Services offers fast and reliable connectivity with Azure Virtual WAN. It features fast and automated deployment. With Azure Functions and FortiGate REST API, we can automatically provision new connectivity requests, and you can add or update a branch in less than 30 minutes. And dynamic application-aware path selection. Fortinet SD-WAN actively measures packet loss, latency and jitter of each application, and utilizes the best available WAN link to deliver optimal quality of experience. This is especially needed when mixing between private link connectivity via Express Route and IPsec VPN connectivity over the internet to Azure vHub.
This combined solution with Azure Virtual WAN helps customers to simplify on-ramp to cloud.
So this was path selection between ExpressRoute and IPsec. And it's amazing because this basically gives you a one leg up for always on Azure. Okay, so customers, we love you all. You are the lifeblood of Microsoft. We need you, and we want to hear from you more and more. Many of you have reached out to me personally, and I love to hear from you further about how we can make virtual WAN better. But please welcome another customer of ours, KPMG, lead infrastructure lead, Ben Fury.
Good morning, everybody. So KPMG is a multinational entity, and we are providing services to many customers. Myself and the team I work at, we provide service internally to KPMG. That means that we have many business lines coming to us and asking us, hey, provide me a solution. I see us as a land developers, where the application owners and application builders coming to us and ask us, hey, construct us something. I need to go, I need to plow the land, I need to put the roads down, signage, electricity, plumbing, everything that whenever they're gonna drop the application, they have all the proper hooks to use it. The tenants of the house they're gonna build on that lot needs to have access of the users to come in and live in a safe and secure manner. So whatever I do and whenever I build something, it has to be redundant, it has to be scalable, and it has to make sure that whatever I drop can actually connect and interact with the infrastructure that we have at hand. We opted to use a hub and spoke model for our network control in order to minimize footprint of virtual devices that control either internet egress, routing, or IPsec. My goal with Virtual WAN Gateway was to go from a named drug to a generic drug here. The main reason is to reduce cost, increase availability, and hopefully reduce my time to market. When thinking about building a new concept or offering a new design pattern, it is very important to look at that as a business plan. It is important to go and gather all the right points that you need to make that a successful venture. You need to define what is your requirements, what do you need to do, and how do you want to do that. For example, one of my key requirements is to have encryption in transit, encrypt all transit on top of Express Route. Not only do I need Express Route, I also require to have an IPsec over the internet for resiliency in case my co-locations vendor all of a sudden is out of business or there is some other catastrophe event. When I'm looking into that, I now move to the success criteria, which also needs to define what is a win for me. And to show the success criteria, a scorecard, in my opinion, is in need. Quantifiable data is king, so measuring things and showing how you added value to the business is the key to success. TCO is the biggest thing here. I would like to reduce my total cost of ownership. I would like to minimize my usage of other products or other infrastructure I need to support that. I would like to keep things simple. I would like to keep things cheap, be able to deliver them fast to the business while not increasing my risk exposure. So what you see here, I'm going to start from the top all the way to the bottom. On the top, we have different subscriptions. We use subscriptions and not only separating by VNet. So A subscription can be an application, can be a business line, can be a part of an application. We are separating those and allow our business units or the solutions to run in its own area. Now, I need to take that traffic, and in some cases backhaul some of that back to on-prem, allow my monitoring tools from on-prem, yes, I do have some on-prem, to access that environment. And I also need to get my users on administrative tasks to be able to connect to those subscriptions. As said earlier, I'm trying to aggregate things in order to keep things simple and minimize my cost. So in the transit subscription that you see in the middle, you have two main entities. And it illustrates as one box, but again, those are scaling groups, and they are not a single device. I have an entity that does routing. That entity is there to provide termination of IPsec and to do all the BGP routing. All the traffic northbound to the subscription on the top is done via IPsec, and the reason we opted to do that was an ease of route propagation upstream and downstream. You will notice on the bottom left, I have two data centers, and on the bottom right, I have two co-locations. The data centers on the left have internet connectivity, where we have an IPsec running over the internet to the routing device. And then on the right side, I have my co-locations running express route. The challenge with express route that natively there is no encryption. I have the requirement to encrypt all the traffic. So I had to go ahead and run another IPsec layer on top of that express route. As previously it was not supported, I had to go ahead and terminate my express route on my routing devices. The security device is there to provide an enhanced security functions. For example, we use the security devices to inspect all the internet egress traffic. We use those security devices to inspect east to west, and other components are there, such as AV, IPS, IDS, and so on. So how Virtual WAN helps me, why I think it's so great. I'm taking all that big mess and simplifying that. There is less lines in the diagram. Now, this is a simplified diagram. My copper diagram is huge, and the amount of clearance that you get in the Visio by moving to that is amazing. But the diagram is not everything. Moving from the IPsec on the top to peering, as you can see here, is a big win for us. We no longer need to manage those connections. Those are scalable. I'm not limited to the 1.25 gigs as I was before. I don't need to take care of the MTU overheads. It makes things easy. It makes things tick better. Furthermore, when you go down to the center, you will notice that two things that were there as routing devices are no longer there. I can now go and consume the generic version. I can now go and take it as a PaaS instead of an IaaS. I can move from a CapEx model to an OpEx model. I don't need to write anything on my books and take depreciation every year, renew licenses and agreement. Business needs something, I can go and spin and connect them without asking for capital of investment. Express route, as mentioned earlier by Rashmi, can now terminate the IPsec connectivity into the Virtual WAN, which again, remove the need for those routing devices. Security devices are still there. We have now peering to the Virtual WAN, where all traffic is being inspected by those devices. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. That was awesome. It's very good to hear the practical truth from our customers, because that's what keeps us grounded. And again, we love you all. Okay, so back to the available features. We have exactly 11 more minutes, so I'm going to rush through a few, and you can download the information later on. Okay, so moving on to the next set of features. User VPN, also known as point-to-site functionality, is also generally available in standard virtual WAN. The scale is up to 20 gigs. This is different from the 20 gigs of ExpressRoute or the VPN endpoints that come in from your branches. The scale is huge. It's 20 gigs. We allow up to 10,000 users per hub. So if you have 10,000 users, that's the tested number. And if you're connecting to one region, that's 10K per region. So if you have, let's say, 4 or 5 regions, it's 10,000 for each one of those regions. We have also provided the capabilities to work with different clients. OpenVPN, that's kind of the standard client these days. Also, IKV2 clients is available with that. We support both authentication, CERT-based, as well as radius authentication. In terms of any-to-any use cases, the use case for user VPN is the user to Azure, as well as the user to a branch, and we support both of that. And of course, always important to make sure that you can monitor, so we have a bunch of metrics that's available in Azure Monitor. Always good to see the portal because that kind of gives you the perspective. It is, again, very simple. My designer did a great job. But basically, the idea was, you create a config, you download the config, you can create, delete your gateways, you can change the scale unit, and you pretty much are there. I mean, you just have to download the config, apply it to your device, and you can just connect. So it's as simple as that, and this is how it looks. All right. The newest addition, which is Azure Firewall in Virtual WAN, there's an entire 45-minute session on it tomorrow. So I wouldn't be doing too much justice, but take note of the session from Yair that's covered on November 7th. But basically, the Azure Firewall is now available in the Virtual Hub, provides centralized policy and route management. It provides the internet breakout. So you can do VNet to internet. You can do branch coming into Azure to internet. You can do all these flows, provides you seamless policy and routing management. It's amazing, and there's a ton of content that Yair is going to cover tomorrow. OK, so I wanted to talk about this program, which is an MSP program that we announced this July. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is, a year ago, many of our customers said, hey, can you recommend a telco or an SI or an MSP partner that can provide end-to-end management? Because we just don't want to invest in that. We just want to outsource it to that company, and that company will take care of it. That's what got us thinking. And this year, we announced the MSP program, where you can now leverage or use your favorite telco, SI, MSP, and have them manage the network end-to-end. And it's just not Azure Virtual WAN. It could be anything networking. There are professional services. There's a ton of stuff that they do. If you were to look for them, the place to look for is the Azure Marketplace. And here are the logos of all our lovely family members. And they provide a bunch of services. A few of them are providing currently the Azure Virtual WAN as well. So if you're looking for help for any one of your customers or for yourself, this is the place to go. OK, so since this is a level 300, I wanted to cover the architecture part. Like, how does a telco WAN coexist with the Azure Virtual WAN? What exactly happens? Well, it's up to you. I go into a restaurant. I want to be able to pick what I want. I want to be able to pick what I eat today, what I eat tomorrow. So just like that, you can talk to them about your use cases. But basically, the idea is there is SD-WAN branch connectivity to their WAN. There could also be a connectivity to the Azure WAN. So in some of the areas where maybe their network doesn't reach, it's something to consider. These two WANs can actually coexist. The telcos already are our partners for express routes, so private connectivity is covered right there. But they also now provide SD-WAN services, which means you can choose which WAN and how you want the connectivity use case to look like. So that's the architecture part. Now, let's hear from BT what they have done with our newest edition of SD-WAN partners from Nuage, Nokia.
Here at IXOM, we're a manufacturer and a trader of chemicals and ingredients. Microsoft Azure is fundamental in our IT topology. It runs our data center. We run everything there, including SAP.
We want to be able to access Azure in the most simple and fast way possible. The new Azure Virtual WAN allows us to remove a number of links that normally exist between a user and the resource in Azure that they're using.
As part of our drive to innovate and to do digital transformation, we needed to overhaul our network.
The solution was their Agile Connect product, which is based on Nuage technology. So the scope of work was to move us into a more simple network based on that SD-WAN.
We couldn't have achieved this without our great partnership with BT. It's been great teamwork, and the technical expertise that they bring to the table has ensured we've always been able to solve things.
Lovely. That summarizes in a minute the possibilities of SD-WAN and virtual WAN. Okay, pricing, very important, cost topic. So we have a bunch of updates, and listen carefully. So the whole pricing concept of virtual WAN is to pay for the connections that are coming in, the traffic that's flowing through, and the aggregate capacity of these hubs. So if you were to build your own data center, you would be thinking, okay, I'm sending my traffic from the US to Australia. I need to probably pay a little differently than going to Europe or within the US. So that's basically the theme that we wanted to land with. The first unit that I want to talk about is the connection unit. So when you have branches coming in, there's a connection charge. We have now reduced the price. Thank you for all the suggestions. And we are much cheaper than our friends across the lake in Seattle. The second important announcement in pricing is we have new pricing for ExpressRoute as well as user VPN. So check those out in the pricing page for virtual WAN. Scale unit is the aggregate throughput. So for VPN, whether it's site-to-site, whether it's user VPN, which is point-to-site, 500 Mbps is one scale unit. And you can do all the way up to 20 gigs. We multiply in 500. In ExpressRoute, it's 2 gigs. There's a price element in it. It's much cheaper than outside of virtual WAN. So check this out again. And for the hub, the basic hub, there is no cost. For standard hub, which has all these lovely functionalities of transitive routing, hub-to-hub, these newer services, we are going to charge 25 cents an hour. We are also looking at what we would want to charge for data processing across regions. I use an example, West US to Australia. So we are looking at that. There'll be more updates. But until then, which is beginning of next year, it's free. So give it a try. OK, so a presentation is never complete without a demo. And I have a few minutes that I can cover this in. OK, so first I wanted to show you a teaser of the portal. And I'm going to just walk you through just the skeleton of it. But basically, it's a NOC. It's your dashboard for network and security. Basically, you look at hubs. You have a view of each one of your hubs, and you double-click on them. You'll see a bunch of things. You have all your branches, which are your VPN sites. You have your user VPN configurations, which is your remote user configurations. You have ExpressRoute circuits. You can take a look at those. And if you wanted to connect your workloads, which is those VNets, to each one of those hubs, there's a very simple experience out there. Quickly clicking on the hubs, here is the new look that we have introduced. But basically now, you can go into each one of those hubs and be able to connect in. Come on. OK, so you can go into each one of those hubs. It will tell you the overview of it. You can go click through each one of the experiences and be able to go over it. So what I wanted to show you as demo number 2, since we have another minute, is to be able to see what you can do with any-to-any connectivity. So here is a system where I have a jump box in Azure that I'm going to access. And that's going to do a bunch of things. And it will speak for itself as we go through it. So here is my jump box. And I have 2 VNets in 2 hubs. One is in East US and one is in Southeast Asia. I have a branch, which is a Velo cloud branch. Velo, by the way, is one of the coming soon partners, and they are going to make their solution of auto connectivity or auto VPN to Azure available in the first half of next year. So what we have done is we've clicked a couple more clicks, which is basically the difference, and manually set it up, and they connect in to these hubs. We also have a NetFoundry branch in Southeast Asia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get to a site which is behind this Velo Cloud branch, and let's see if that works, because this is live as we speak. This is what it is. So the picture showed up. We are trying to reach from my jump box to the Velo Cloud site, which is right behind the Velo branch. The next one is the flow, which is to a VPN to an ExpressRoute site. So here, when I click on this, this flow kicks in where I can go from a Velo branch, which is VPN SD-WAN connected to Azure, to an express route endpoint. And this happens to be VMware on Azure. This is the AVS service. So it's super cool that you can actually use a Velo branch device to get to your VMware workload in Azure behind an express route, and that's kicking in the VPN express route interconnectivity. The third use case, which also brings out the beauty about this system, is the hub-to-hub. So I have a hub in Southeast Asia, right? And I didn't have to do anything. All I did was I connected my branches on each one of those hubs, and I reached out to my VNet, which is in Southeast Asia, without having to think about all those plumbing that you have to do today. So this is the Azure to VNet across hubs. And the fourth use case is branch to branch through our beautiful global backbone. And here, we are going to go from my East US branch to my Southeast Asian branch, and this is the flow that you get. So what I want to talk here is that the possibilities are many, and it's up to you as to what works for you. So let's do a quick recap of what we learned today. We did, wow, okay. So we learned about global transit architecture with any-to-any connectivity. You can basically connect whatever across whatever. We have Express Route, User VPN in GA today. Any-to-any is in public preview. We also announced a bunch of features like multi-link path selection to Azure, custom IPsec, availability in standard cloud, as well as ability to connect from a VNG or a virtual network gateway VPN to vWAN. So what you learned was a bunch of features. There's a ton of content that's in the hidden slides. So when you download this presentation, you will see a little bit more than what I could cover today. We also announced a bunch of partners that have the magic button to connect to us. So feel free to check them out. If a partner is not listed here, they most likely are going to make it available soon. So talk to us. You can always send us an email. So to wrap it up, Azure Virtual WAN provides ubiquitous connectivity with ease of use and is truly the global transit architecture that we want you to use. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.